it out the grease, it made it look easy. I've been on the read, man, I've been a dream. Never said it's easy, it was never easy. Made it out the grease.
Where the kickbacks at?
Where
the kickbacks at?
Where they at though?
Episode 1. Where the kickbacks at?
Where the kickback at? Hit the whip,
Hey.
Fuck the bitch, then I dip, goddamn. And we gonna lick up on the stick, wait a minute. I just got up in it, took my ass in the bag, then deposited it. Wait a minute, that ain't a word, but I'm just choosing what I'm doing. Cause I got the bad bitch and she coming over for the movie. Cause I'm hitting that bitch for the 2 times. Wait a minute, I just made that bitch go real rhyme, huh? And I'm never doing damn time, cause I'm staying on my feet and watching all the bad lines. God,
It's getting hot. We in the spot. So let it drop.
ay, let it drop. Because it's hot. And we spit up on the blocks. Ayy. Marvin be up in the stew, it's getting real cold, freezing around my neck, and I can't feel you hitting jewels, nicotine up in the blood, I'm feeling like I'm in a school.
Hey.
In the bathroom, but you're meant to get him out the fucking way, he's a fucking broom. About to sweep your ass up, take you out for a good night. Fine wine, then I'm slipping ass on a good night. Wait a minute, now we ain't playing Fortnite. Got that bit fornicating up and in the bedroom. Yeah, and we feeling cool. Yeah, up in the living room. And Marvin walking in and he about to go take it over. And Marvin coming in and he about to go flex a rover.
Speed said sheet, so we gotta slide quick. Beat switched up, but I gotta come back. Hey.
That's a weird intro. That's a weird mixtro. Wait,
I don't even know what the beat really doing. Like Nikki said, oh what? Spit on the beat and the beat got sicker. I'm coming through quick with the heater.
Hey,
I don't know. Sunflower seeds, that's a go.
that's a go.
Sheets on the way, coming through quick.
Yes, sir.
Mozzarella sticks, where the sauce at, bitch?
Hey, where the sauce at?
Where the sauce?
Fuck, bitch! Hop in the track and I put a bullet in your back and I put up a hop in the strap. Goddamn with a 30 Mac.
My garage, hey!
Hey, Mexican vibe. We on the beach having a good time.
Hey.
Hey, but listen. Okay, I'm sipping on the margarita, but then I fucked your senorita because she coming over. I mean, she cheetah because I'm doing my shit, staying in my lane, stacking on my paper, and I'm buying a couple chains. Wait a minute, now we on the beach, I'm sipping out of coconut because your bit is so fat, loving on the butt. Wait a minute. I'ma rewind and I'ma have myself a good time. Ayy, and then I ride your bitch, she'll wave. Ayy, because I hit it, then she go away. Wait a minute, I'ma go switch it to one time when I'm hitting on the beat and I'm hitting the one rhyme. I don't give a fuck if I'm just chilling, I'm having a good time. But I'm sitting back on my shit for the 440 kickback. I'ma bring that bit back. You can't see, you got a cataract. Wait a minute, I'm riding around a Cadillac white with a 5% tint like Marv.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot in the spot. The lights hitting, the camera's on. Lights, camera, action. You know we on.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Spee440. We're back with a new podcast series, Kickback, where we're going to bring you the latest. I'm going to be interviewing all the store owners in Cleveland, resellers, celebrity guests, all that good stuff. This is episode 1. We're starting here at Kicks and Cuts in Cuyahoga Falls. I'm sitting here with the owner, Marvin Montgomery. Marv, how you doing tonight?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the new channel, the new episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Spieth himself. I'm super excited not to only be with Hayden, but to be episode number 1. So enjoy the content that we have here tonight for you, and just hone in on what Hayden says.
There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come, and I really want this to be an educational experience as well as entertainment for all of you, because we're going to talk about a lot of things revolving around business, and I want you guys to understand that, you know, when we talk about, you know, doing business and the networking and all the aspects that are involved in reselling, there's a lot that you can learn with other businesses as well. So if you're tuning in, if you're a business owner, whether it's a service business, whether it's another sort of retail business, just try to take what you can from our conversation and apply that to your own business, because, you know, we all have room to grow, and this is going to be a fun series for everybody. So, a lot to come. But let's get right into it, Marv. So, obviously, this has been a pretty exciting year for you.
Yes,
Kind of just broke that 1 year
Almost there.
landmark, of being a store owner. So my first question to you would be, like, what started it all? How did you, because you came in the game sort of differently than a lot of other resellers do. A lot of resellers, you know, if they open a store, they've been selling shoes for a couple years, if they've been dabbling in it. But you kind of took the bull by the horn and really came in, like, with the store, starting your endeavor. So kind of walk me through that beginning process for you.
So I graduated from Woodridge High School, which is literally like 2 minutes from my store, in 2020, which was in the spring. And then I decided to go over to John Carroll. We would be John Carroll alum.
We would have been.
We'll talk, maybe another episode.
Yeah, another episode.
So I was supposed to major in marketing, minor in entrepreneurship at JCU, and I was supposed to be on the track team there as well. Used to love running, still love running, but not collegiately, obviously. But nevertheless, ended up leaving John Carroll. And when I left John Carroll, it was just kind of like I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly then. So I sat with some friends, talked with some buddies, and the barbershop area was already up here. So I was like, I need to combine both aspects, you know?
Yeah.
Because I decided that I really wanted to be passionate with the sneakers and the clothes. So I was like, I need to combine both of them. So I was talking to my buddy Drew, and I was like, what's the name? What would be a good name for something like this? And he goes, Kicks and Cuts. I'm like, that's the name. Like, off rip. I was like, that's the name. That's what we're going to call it. So the whole month of November of last year in 2020, you can go on the YouTube channel and you can see day by day how I pieced the store together. The lights in the barbershop, the shelving for the shoe store, the grass wall that says we made it, all the shelving, all the racks, hangers, labels, whatever you need to start, you know? And so the whole month of November was that, and then December 3rd we kicked off, and it's still surreal, like coming up here every day, turning the lights on, and just seeing like it's a physical brick and mortar store, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. And at this point, this is your baby. I mean, you put time into this every day. Like this is your second home. Like you come here to grind and to get that going.
I sleep here sometimes. Yeah. I sleep here sometimes.
And that's a beautiful thing because we are all as resellers very integrated into our businesses, and when we live that, like that's when we really yield our highest potential. Right. It's like you got to put that day in and day out. So, I mean, the store looks great now. I mean, it's popping. Your social media, I would say, is one of your biggest strengths. I mean, putting out TikToks and videos every day, showing what you're doing here, like really getting involved with that. But, like, I know there's a behind the scenes to that, and I know there have been a lot of roadblocks and obstacles for you that you've had to overcome. What would you say has been, like, the biggest just, like, drawback that you've had to experience this past year where it's like, wow, if this didn't happen, like, I'd be rolling this much better right now?
I'd honestly say scammers. I've run into a lot of scammers over this last year, whether it's sending payment, not receiving shoes, receiving fake shoes. And, you know, as a reseller, everybody knows this. If you get a fake pair, you just take the L. Right. You don't try to flip it or nonchalant somebody. You just take the L. So I would say for any resellers out there watching, any store owners out there watching, don't trust anybody. Like, straight up, don't trust anybody. Know your sources, know who you're getting stuff from. And that's definitely something that has been a setback for me this past year, is kind of putting too much trust in other people via DM, via Depop, whatever the...
And we all go through those. Yep. I mean, I've been scammed. I mean, everybody's been scammed at some point in their life. And honestly, you need to be scammed and you need to run into those failures to be able to overcome those and really grow stronger as a business person. Like Marv just said, you know, he has learned to not trust people. But in the beginning, you want to be able to work with people. You want to trust people because you just want to grow with them. And when something like that happens, it's like, okay, I need to take a step back and realize, like, you know, at the same time, I'm trying to run a business here. I got to pay my bills. Right. Like, this isn't going to work out if I'm trying to show love to everybody, if I'm trying to make every deal work, even when it sounds too good to be true. So you need to be able to just, like, step back from that and do what's best for you and your company.
I agree. And, like, if the price is too good to be true, like, sometimes you see a great price, you're all super worked up, or a great deal, especially if it's, like, a size run, a couple different styles. You're like, oh, my gosh, and you get so caught up in being excited that you, like, you're not piecing together with the person saying, like, oh, send payment, and then I'll send the shoes. And so just take your time, slow down. You know, it's not a race. Think about, you know, maybe see, what do we call it on Instagram?
The ref page.
Ref page,
yeah. Yeah, and that's actually something I wanted to talk with you about, is, like, there's a lot of people that have this very bad stigma in their mind about buying from resellers on Instagram, because there are so many people out there that are trying to make a quick buck on a vulnerable person. So what would you say when you're looking at an Instagram page? What makes you trust that reseller? Because I feel like that refs page is the biggest thing. Being able to go to that page and see who's commented on it and see the people that you've done business with has done business with this person.
So, like, this is kind of a no-brainer, but if you just see, like, StockX or, like, goat pictures, white background with the shoe, I would say that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's something I'd stay away from. Seeing humans, seeing people, seeing hands, seeing, you know, shoe in the hand, seeing live stories, maybe a website, other social media platforms, live comments. Just because they have a lot of followers and a lot of comments, you can buy all those things.
Right.
So if you see somebody's page, they have a ton of followers, barely following anybody, and then they have 100-something comments, and all the comments are like, fire, dope, whatever.
Right, some body comments.
Right. No. And then see who they're following and see who their followers are. See if you have any mutual friends. And
yeah.
Maybe another thing I've done is I've DM'd people that have commented on their posts and said, hey, have you bought from? And definitely if somebody doesn't have a ref page, I mean, for me, like, I'm a business. So for me to have a ref page, I mean, it'll be at the bottom of my page in 2-3 days but because of how much I post. But I guess you could say that for any reseller. But for me, I mean, you can go on my Google reviews. You can come and see that I'm a physical store.
Right.
Opposed to a reseller, it's definitely a different image.
And I think another part of that is putting, like, a face to your business. Like, a lot of resellers like to remain anonymous. You know, whether it's because they don't want to, you know, put themselves out there like that. Like, okay, I'm not trying to, you know, focus on my journey. I'm just trying to run a business here. And then some kids are like, well, I don't want to put my face out there because when I go to finish line, they're going to know exactly who I am, and I'm not going to be able to get these pairs.
Right.
But I feel like when you see somebody has put their face on their page and seeing something like them running giveaways and being active with the community, right. I think that's a great gauge to be able to trust that person because you can see that they're out here doing things and you can put a face to that business. It's not just, you know, 314 kicks, like, with just some random ass kicks, like.
And like people that genuinely want to do business with you and care about you is people that you should build relationships with. People that are just trying to make a quick buck or rush you or not giving you time to look through their list and stuff. There's gonna be plenty of more people, trust me.
Yeah, and you can really gauge like a person like through their Instagram conversations. Like, some people are very short tempered, you know, like, are you wasting my time right now or not? Like, but sometimes it's like, no, you got to talk to that person to kind of build a little bit of a relationship because you're not just going to rush right into a sale, unless it's somebody that has a super highly favorable page that everybody knows about, where it's like, okay, why are you wasting my time? Like, everybody knows me, you know. But for those smaller resellers, like, really focus on having a conversation with your buyer, being completely transparent with them, answering any questions they have. They want to see more pictures, send them more pictures. Like, you being more open and transparent to that buyer is only going to give them more comfort shopping with you.
And create more sales. A lot of people don't look at the bigger picture. Like, as a store owner, I try to think months, years ahead, you know? And it's like a lot of the local resellers, they're just thinking about tomorrow or the next day, the next hour, what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. So think ahead of time. If I do this deal with this person or if I send my card info without receiving anything in return, what's that going to look like later on?
Right. And another thing that I like to do is I would ask kids for, like, their IDs. I'd be like, can you send me a picture of your ID? And, like, yeah, sure, you can cross out your license number. Like, I don't need to see your personal information. But, like, for me to be able to see that you're willing to send me an ID with your picture on it, if you're not established on your page like that, that means a lot to me because I can see your address is legit because, you know, the shipping label should match up with that. And if there's an issue, at least you have, you know, a picture to use if you were to file something with the authorities. So, play it as safe as you can. When you see a red flag, you know, just be willing to walk away from that.
Trust it.
And again, like we said, don't rush it. You don't got to push it. If it's not working out, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Follow your gut. Because at the end of the day, that's when it's going to put you in the best position. But I want to circle back really quick to those roadblocks and the scamming in the sense that chargebacks is a pretty big thing that happens with every retail business. I mean, and hearing that, you know, as somebody who wants to open a store soon, it's like, I'm nervous in the sense that, like, how do you get around that? How do you get around a chargeback when ultimately somebody can say that their card was stolen and, you know, this isn't their information and the bank is going to cover them because they want their customer to be satisfied. And then you get screwed in that. So, like, what is the best security in stopping that?
So Square, as the processor that I use, there's actually a contract that I can send out to people now to avoid any of that.
Okay.
So I've been sending out contracts with online orders, which has been very helpful. But in the past, I mean, 440, for instance, he consigned sneakers with me. So say a pair of his sneakers sold in July. It's currently November. And last night, somebody decided to charge back the shoe that you bought. So I already paid you when they sold. You're not even thinking about that shoe anymore.
Right.
The person that bought the shoe is probably not even thinking about the shoe. They just want their money back. So now that they've done the chargeback, automatically Square is going to debit that money out of my account. And say it's a $500, $400 shoe, a Yeezy, a Hype Yeezy, $450 we'll say. So they debit that $450 out of my account. They're giving their customer, the bank, that $450 to use, and then a dispute can be drawn out for up to 90 days. So for 90 days, that money is out of my account, and that person has that money to spend or do whatever with. And then at the end of the dispute, the bank will either give the customer the benefit of the doubt, and they already have their money, or it could work out in my favor, and then the customer would lose that money, and then I would get the money back. I've never won a dispute. Over the last year, I've probably had a dozen disputes, and I've never lost any of them. I had a dispute for $22.75 from June of this year, and the customer claimed that the dollar amount was wrong.
And that's crazy. And so you're basically saying without this contract, ultimately somebody can charge back and get away with it.
Yep, easily.
And that's just sad, because it's like, you know, people can do that, and you're the one losing out on that.
So
and for somebody like me, like, you don't want to be like, hey, you know, because that's ultimately on your end, and it's like, it's tough for you, because then you're stuck with dealing with that liability.
Right. So I send out contracts now. If it's like a weird, I really haven't shipped out of state recently unless I know the person. Sometimes I'll get orders of like thousands of dollars on my website at like early times in the morning, and I'll just decline them. Because in my eyes, if I decline your order and you're serious about purchasing, you'll just place another order, you know. Or another thing I'll do is I'll call, because I get the number. I'll call and I'll say, hi, like, this is Marvin calling from Kicks and Cuts. Like, just wanted to verify, or, you know, talk about your order. Do you remember what you ordered? Da, 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 and talk with them. And, you know, the scammer's not going to answer the phone. The scammer's not going to want to talk to you. So
100%. So, like you said, you're always thinking big picture. You're thinking down the line. Where do you see yourself in a year, 5 years, and 10 years from now? Like, what is your goal? What are other things maybe you want to do in life? Not necessarily sneaker involved. How do you want to take your entrepreneurial self and really develop in these next 5-10 years?
So in year one, I'm still going to be here with my location here. I want to extend out from the barbershop and make it a complete second floor, which will bring a lot more space, possibly get some tattoo artists in here to really bring it full circle and bring out that whole Kicks and Cuts, because I want it to be an experience from head to toe when you come into my store. 5 years from now, possibly more locations. I really want to get into some real estate, honestly. I feel like a lot of resellers, that's their second thing, because a lot of resellers are going to gauge towards anything that's buying something and flipping it. So real estate is definitely a nice second option, another 100%. Second form of income.
No, because that's what I'm looking to do too. It's like literally the next step. Literally. Like, you get into stocks, cryptos, and like real estate. Like we like buying and selling shit. Like that's what it is.
So 10 years down the line, I mean, I wanna have multiple locations to these Kicks and Cuts. I mean, it's unique. A lot of people open up stores, but how can your store be different or set yourself apart from other ones? And I feel like I've really done that with the barbershop aspect of my store. And I just want to continue to bless people around the world with what I have to offer here. And I don't want to rush into anything, though. I want to get my supply chain down here and get really everything exactly how I want before I go to make that next step.
Right, and that's the biggest thing I would say is really having an established network to where if you had $100K tomorrow, you'd be able to spend that in a day and really get like a diversified product selection in your store. So, you know, it's very keen of you to say, I don't want to rush things, because I feel like some people do want to rush things. They want to open this store and then they want to worry about the next store like right when they open. But it's like, why don't you nail down everything here and make sure everything's perfect and that you are just strong to be able to open that second location? Because when you take your time and you don't rush it, it's just going to be that much more popping out the gate.
Right. And a lot of resellers that are on here right now watching, think about all the expenses that you have as a business. And I don't want to break it all down, but you got your monthly bills, your gas, your water, your electric, the shrink wrap that you see on the shoes, pay for that. The label that goes on top of the shrink wrap, so when customers come in, they know the price and the name of the shoes. You got that. Your stickers that you might put on boxes, you got to pay for that. Your shopping bags when customer comes in, your hangers. I mean, just those are just little things, but think about those expenses that will go into your margins when you're reselling. I know a lot of the younger guys, you guys are killing it right now. and you guys don't have any overhead, you know, not really any expenses, or living with mom or dad. And I wish I kind of got into reselling, honestly, at that point. No expenses, no, you know, you buy a pair of shoes at $200, flip them for $350, and that's all yours. You're not worried about any expenses after that. So keep that in mind for those young resellers out there that haven't really thought about it but are considering a store. Think about those overhead expenses that are going to come with opening your store.
Yeah, and I feel like a ton of people oversee that, right? Like you see these people coming in, they want to pull up StockX and compare prices, and they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm getting waxed on the shoe. It's like, no, you're not just paying for this shoe, you're paying for the experience coming to the store, as well as like just the, what am I trying to say? I'm losing the word. The convenience of having the shoe right here. I mean, you could try it on, you could see it. Like, you can see if you like it or not. I mean, sometimes you buy shoes online, and the picture is way different than the quality in hand.
Right.
So being able to come to a local store and even support a local business, which is something that I love to do, is just a totally different level. And you have a right to have, you know, a price that's a little higher than online.
Right.
I mean, you're putting everything else into it.
I agree. 440, I mean, he's a man of his word. Every time he comes up here, he buys some for himself or for somebody else in his life. I mean, he's always showing love.
Especially when you got that Travis on the rack. I come in your shop and you got the Travis, like that's what it is. But no, I really love your business model because it truly is a unique one, right? I mean, combining the two businesses, you're going to get natural foot traffic in here. You paint yourself more as a destination spot. And I think that's a really great model that can be grown very well. I mean, we see all these shoe stores open up in Cleveland now.
Yeah.
And it seems like everybody and their mom are opening shoe shops. Like just in Ohio alone this past year, I'm thinking 8-10 shops opened up.
Right.
So it's hard to stay ahead in such a competitive game when you don't have an edge like that.
Right.
And you do have that. It's all about now scaling that, building that second floor out, making it more of an experience. Because you got a good thing going for you, but it's just about the time and the growth now.
Right. So another thing 440 and I were just talking about is for so long, and I can't even say for so long because I literally got into sneakers in November of last year. So I still have a lot of learning to do myself, and I learn every day. But we were talking about, instead of just buying one sneaker here and there, getting size runs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So that's another thing I've been trying to do is, and I know that probably sounds so simple hearing it, but sometimes people bring pairs up and I just buy. So I have a size 11 in this, a size 8 women's in this, and a size 9 in this. So then I'm uploading that, and I get people swiping up, oh, I love this, I like this, but it's not in their size.
Right.
Or couples want to get in, I don't have the one and not the other. So anybody out there, a little cheat code here, which just sounds very simple, but get size runs of stuff. You might get couples that want it, partners, friends.
And that's a harder thing to do. I mean, being able to buy a size run. Like,
yes, and it is hard. It's a lot easier said than done. So having those, again, connects to be able to do that. And also know that when you're going to somebody that can offer you a size run in something, you're going to be paying a little bit higher because it's the one-stop shop. You're not going to person A, B, Z, H, S, Q to match those pairs up.
And I was just going to say that. It pays to have the bulk. And I feel like a lot of people that slide into my DMs are like, yo, what's the best deal you can give me if I'm buying 50 pairs? And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm going to give you a better price than, you know, anybody else because you're buying that many pairs.
Right.
But it's still not going to be this amazing deal because it took me forever to get these pairs.
Right.
Like, we got to put a lot of work in to be able to get that bulk. It's not just as simple as, we don't bot like that.
Yeah.
And another thing that I don't think is really well known out there is, I don't know about you as much, Marv, but I don't get shit for retail. Like, everything I get is like, I pay resell to sell resell. I pay to play this game. So there are a lot of kids that sit home and bot and get pairs for retail, but don't come at me like I'm that guy, and don't come at Marv like he's that guy, because we got to pay to play. We have our network of resellers that we deal with too, and our biggest thing is just providing that experience for you, providing that concierge premium experience for you to be able to pull up and get dripped right on the spot. Like, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that because I'm not really getting much for retail either. But if anybody's watching this video and you bot and you want to hook up the boys,
the handles will be below. Please slide in the DMs.
I'm really not. There's a couple ways that we say it. It depends on what kind of group I'm talking to. But I'm not musty. I'm not. What's another word? I'm not crazy. I'm not very like overbearing with marking things up. Like, if I get something at a good price, I'm gonna market at a good margin so that I'm still making money.
Right.
But you know, if I'm paying higher on something, I guess that margin isn't gonna change whether I paid retail or whatever. So hook me up at retail prices, and you'll see some better.
Because
prices
it's all
on
about the
shelf.
volume. Like at the end of the day, we want to move as many pairs as we possibly can.
Right.
We're not trying to get a pair at 200 and market at 350 because we're trying to tax you, and that's what we could get. Like, no, if I can charge 280 on a pair that I'm getting 200 for and move it twice as quick as I would if I put it at 350, of course I'm going to do that. I mean, we want to move 100 pairs a month, not just 5.
Right. And also going back to like taking losses and stuff is sometimes you'll have pairs that it was just a bad buy. Like everybody has those pairs that they sat on for months or had, and it's okay to lose a couple bucks on a pair. It's okay to only make back what you bought the pair for. It's okay to only make $5 or $10 here and there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll have that, especially at shows and different things. Sometimes it's just about moving pairs, and maybe you only made $5 or $10, but with that money you're able to get something that was worth more, or something else from another table, or something like that.
Exactly, and along with that, it's like the networking that goes into selling a pair. So I don't care if I'm making $5 on a pair I'm selling to somebody I've never met before. They're tapping in with me on the gram. They got me. They're following me now, and I just built my network. They shop with me. They put that trust in me. So if they want to buy something from me and I have to ship it to them, we've already established that foundation.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. When I go to events, I'm not trying to make $50 a pair. Like, I'm willing to make $10, $20 on a pair if you're buying 5 of them, because I just want to build that connection with you. I want you to eat at the dinner table with me. I'm not out here to eat myself. Like, when I work with Marv, we're in it together. Like, I want him to make money and I want to make money. If I bring him pairs to consign and I'm like, yo, Marv, I'm going to need 400 back on these mono ices that are 280 on stock, like, what is the benefit for him in putting that in his shop? I mean, that's just a waste of time and space.
Right.
But I want to market to where he's making a couple bucks, it's going to move, and then I'm going to make a couple bucks. And it's all about just getting everybody fed.
Right. And I agree with that. I agree with that 100%, because another thing is, as a store owner, I can't just have crazy prices on the shelf. I'm not Nike or any of these big retailers where you walk in, you have a bad experience, and then you leave a bad review, and then their business is shut down. I'm a local business, so every review counts. So if somebody comes in and sees something, they're like, oh my gosh, every shoe in here is overpriced, and they leave a review, and then you go online and you're like, oh, I want to check out Kicks and Cuts, and the first couple reviews you see is every shoe's overpriced, bad customer service, mean guy, terrible haircut, doesn't talk. You're not going to want to come into that store.
Right.
So anybody that's consigning with me, I try to keep in their mind what price they're charging. And sometimes I won't even take my percentage. Sometimes it's almost like, you know what, I want you to get this shoe, and I'll say, oh, I can do this much, and I'm taking my percentage out just to make the sale happen, just to make the customer happy. So for my store owners out there, or just even my resellers out there, make the customer happy.
Yeah, and again, that goes with any business. Like, you are running a business to be a personable, reputable business. Like, you want people to have a good feeling coming out of your store, because they're not going to necessarily remember what they bought or what they spent with you. They're going to remember how you made them feel during that experience, and that's the biggest thing in customer retention, in getting that person back. If they walk out of a store feeling like they got shafted or that they got screwed over, like, good luck getting them to walk in the door again. They're just going to sit at home and buy it online because, shit, they don't got to deal with your ass.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just, you got to have that perspective when dealing with buyers. Because even a lot of resellers I work with at these shows, it's like, nah, man, I'm going to need full ticket, or, like, I'm going to put these back in my closet. And I'm like, if you're not willing to work, like, what the fuck you doing here? Like, why are you wasting our time here talking about this shoe's about to go up in 3 months? This is about to go up in 3 months. Keep it in the damn closet. What do I care? I'm here to invest. I'm here to buy to flip. I can't work with somebody like that. And then I'm not going to follow them on Instagram. I'm not going to be looking at, if I walk up to a dude's table, though, and he's like, yo, I'm willing to work with you. Let's work. And I feel like I'm getting a good deal from the guy. You damn bet I'm going to be hitting him up next week. Like, yo, send me a stock list. Let's shop.
Yeah, let's work.
So it's just all about, like, being open to doing business with people. And I feel like, again, with some stores, like, they're not even down to do consignment.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess I understand, like, maybe they have too many pairs already. And, they're already at full capacity. They don't have room for shoes.
Right.
But it's like, when you're willing to work with me, like, I feel like even our relationship has been so much better in the fact that I come up here and I get a check from you and I bring you new shoes and like, we're just doing business together. Like, that's everything. And for some stores to just be like, no, we're closed doors, like, we don't want to work with anybody. I feel like that's kind of like, okay, like, yeah, you can do your thing, you're going to make your money, but are you really going to grow your business to the max potential by not, being open to working with resellers?
Right.
I mean, the resellers are what's running
this.
this.
Even if you say, oh, I'm cool on the consignment, which is fine. As long as they still give you that hospitality or still even want to buy from you.
Yeah. And understandable, maybe they're not, gonna buy it for what you're asking for. They need to be able to make their money, and at the end of the day, as we discussed, stores have overhead. Even being willing to buy shoes from people, I think is a great step from just being this closed off store. No thanks. You can only come here to shop. And trading too, like if you can go into a store with a pair and they see that as value and they're willing to work with you on a trade, that's everything. But if you go into a store, and you can't trade or work with anything, I don't know, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, the whole game is buy, sell, trade, and you're seeing with a lot of these stores coming up, it's almost just like, and I'm not too far off the string to talk because I literally just opened, but be open to working with people.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't get it. Or even people that just don't want to talk to you when you come into their store. It's just like, do you want to do this? What are you doing?
Right, are you not having fun? Because I do this because it's a passion of mine.
I do it because it's fun.
Yeah, and I love it. It's awesome. I love work. I love waking up and dealing with shoes all day. So it's if you walk up to somebody and they're all sour and stuff, bro, what are we doing?
My fault.
Didn't mean to bother you, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were selling shoes or not.
Or even you'll see somebody at the sneaker show and they're sitting behind their boxes on their phone. Hey, you in there?
Yeah, they're just waiting for somebody to be like, yo,
sale?
I'll take these. Nah, bro, you're going to make double the sales if you're standing up and acting at your table. So that's hilarious.
And have you seen this dude's setup at the sneaker events? How many lots did you have at the last SneakerCon?
It was damn near 70. It was a wall. It was funny. Everybody was coming by. They were taking pics of the wall. So I was taping business cards on the front of it. So I was as long as these pics are going out, at least I know it's me. Because it was awesome, dude. It was literally
you making them tag
wall.
you?
I didn't have the time to do all that, Marv. I had people I was trying to work with. It was just traffic coming in. Oh my God, look at all these.
Cleveland right here. Put him on the map. 440, he like that.
Hey, 440. Gonna go for the flow. Wait a minute, trendsetter. Wait a minute, Marvin. Getting your bitch with her. Wait a minute, wow. Losing my words, I'm about to hit the fucking stizzy cause I'm feeling kinda dizzy, goddamn. And I got your bit with me in the lamb. And we swerving in the lane and she giving me the brain and the toppy, the slap. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Walk in the bitch and I get that. Splitting your bitch like a Kit Kat. And damn it, the ass fat. I'ma hit it in the Cadillac. Switch it and I with that. Marvin up in the front seat and we rolling up for a good puff. Goddamn, we ain't talking blunts wait a minute, about to stack the cash. Blue hunters all green in the dash. Hit him with it. Gotta get in a backpack. Hit him with a 30 rounds pack. Then he splat. Had him on the ground looking like a rat in a trap. Cause he looking to attack. I gotta eat break stack with a Mac. If I gotta put up the bullet in his back, then I feel bad. But if he coming up under me, what am I supposed to do? I don't know if you want me dying over the blue coupe, but I'ma do that shit for mine and yours. And I'ma ride this Honda Accord with the cash up in the back, I keep it in the closet. Then I put up in your man and he had it hearted. I don't know why your bitch be lying to your face, but she sucked my dick and put it in a damn place. Alright, so kind of circling back to your beginning, what advice would you give yourself after all that you've been through this past year? What advice would you have given yourself don't do this, do that? How would you have changed what you're doing? Or would you not change anything? Were you happy with how things went?
I'm a very everything happens for a reason person. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't change the way that anything went at all. But if I were to give myself some advice, I would probably tell myself, don't trust any and everybody. Because I'm a very optimist, go-getter, daredevil,
I feel
let's
you there.
go.
Yeah.
But you can't trust everybody. And then another thing I'd probably say is just trust the process. Some days, nobody comes in store and I kind of get worked up about it or whatever, used to. But it's all about trusting the process. You're going to have slow days, you're going to have busy days. It's all about building off of that. Uh-huh. And then another thing that I'd probably say is comparing yourself. I used to compare myself to a lot of other resellers and what other guys are doing and stuff, and you can't do that. You maybe look at other people's stuff as a way to build or, clap for them, comment, drop a comment, share, repost, but don't be negative about it or be negative on yourself about it, you know?
Right, look at it constructively and not, like, put yourself down, like, wow, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
Like, no, look where you could be. That could be you.
Exactly, so I wouldn't change anything between being scammed or anything that I've been through. I think they've all been great learning lessons for me to progress.
100%. Okay, so a couple quick questions about your love for the shoes, okay? So we're going to do a quick little shoe draft here.
Ooh.
You're going on an island and you need to bring like 5 shoes. Let's do 5 shoes that you have to have in the rotation. And anything you could possibly want. What 5 shoes are you bringing with you to wear for the rest of your life? Up to release now. And it could be anything. A grail, anything. You got all the money in the world to spend on it.
Do I take a slide or a foam runner?
I'd probably go with the foam.
I low-key have to go with the foam. I wish they had like a suit color in the foams.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the new red foams. What are they? The vermilion?
Yep, vermilion.
I'm taking the vermilion foams. I'm taking some Legend Blue 11s.
Okay.
I got a pair of those in middle school.
The highs or the lows?
The highs.
Okay.
The highs for sure. I'm taking a pair of Travs. I'm taking the highs.
Mochas or fragments?
Mochas.
Okay.
I don't really like the fragment
No.
colorway. So I'm at 3.
Okay.
I'm taking a pair of 4s, honestly. I really like the fire red 4s.
Yeah.
But I think for the trip I'd take the black cat 4s.
Okay.
All black. Don't have to worry about them getting messed up or anything. And then for my 5th, I need a dunk. I think I'm going to have to go with the Chunky Dunkies.
Really? 100%.
Chunky Dunkies.
I like that little island vibe.
So, those are my pairs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you missed out on any releases this past year? Like shoes that you would have gone for at retail that have kind of grown on you now? Like, wow, I should have bought those. Or even shoes that have like risen dramatically over the past year. Like, damn, I should have bought this pair when it was $300 because I fuck with it a lot, but now I don't want to buy it because it's too pricey.
I don't think so.
No?
I think everything that I've gotten in store I've been pretty happy with.
Yeah.
There's been like pairs obviously that I wish I would have got more sizes of. But there's probably a couple dunk releases. I mean, they were releasing dunks like weekly there for a minute. So
yeah.
There's probably a couple of dunks I missed out on that I wish I probably would have gotten in store. I mean, the black and white lows, white and black lows, however you want to put it. I mean, those things sell like hotcakes no matter what. And it seems like now that it's fall, the highs are starting to come back around. So that's dope. But not really. I mean, everybody finds their bang too. Like what might sell for you like hotcakes is something that might sit in here for forever. So
right, no, like people call me the Yeezy guy because like I love to buy and sell Yeezys. Like that's just something that's always moving well for me.
Always,
but it's like like some people move used shoes really well. Like I don't really dabble in that at all. But like some kids make killings selling used shoes. So it's like in reselling, there's a lot of different lanes that you could take to make that money. Even if it's like doing the giveaways. Like, a lot of pages just run giveaways.
Yeah,
or they'll run auctions. Like, there's a lot of different lanes in reselling. So find what you enjoy and what makes the quick money for you and then just run with that. Like, you don't got to try to do everything.
Right.
It's nice to be a rounded business, but, like, you got to stick to what's doing the best for you.
I want to get into the cards, though. I'll be honest. It's just such a huge market. But I definitely kind of want to get into the cards once I kind of get everything figured out with the shoes. But the cards seem pretty dope. 100%. But, yeah, I mean, I saw you posted the mochas from a year ago. I got a lot of the mochas, man. Those things were moving like this.
And honestly, that's one shoe that I think of when I ask you that question. It's like the mochas, they went from being like a $300 shoe and everybody thought they were going to peak, and then they reached $350, like, oh shit, okay, now they're $350. Like, I shouldn't have sold them at $3. Now they're fucking $500-600, and it's like, wow, I just had to wait another 2 months. I mean, those really shot up quick. And it's cool to see like how the demand and the supply works with these different releases, because some shoes, like the Volt ones, will sit at $225 for the longest, dip to $200, and they're not going anywhere.
Right.
And you're like, this isn't that bad looking of a shoe.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, well, how many pairs did they release of this? The Mochas was a more limited thing.
Right.
Everybody loved them, so of course the price went up quick.
And then you got the Shadow 2.0s, which are starting to come back up a little bit. I mean, I remember I was buying those at retail, like $170, between $170 and like $2.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, people are selling. I'm selling them at $299, $3.
Yeah.
They're going up for sure. So
that's what's up. Okay, so we are going to segment into a guessing game. Here on the Kickback, we are going to run a 5-shoe cycle in which we are blindfolded, or we'll just close our eyes. Okay, I think we can trust each other.
Yeah. I think you should close your eyes first.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go first. So basically, how it's gonna work is if I guess the silhouette, if we guess the silhouette, we get 1 point, and if we are able to then randomly guess the colorway of that shoe,
we get an extra 2 points. So Marvin and I are going to go a little head-to-head here.
Okay.
5 pair cycle, so I got my eyes closed on.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't know how I'm going to... I feel like I would know it, but I don't know. Okay. All right, these are 11 lows. These got to be 11 lows.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess, it would either be the Legend Blues or the Citruses because those are the only two that would really make sense. I'm just gonna spitball Citrus.
Citrus is correct.
Oh, let's go! Okay, 1 for 1. 1 for 1.
Look at the boy, Hayden.
You can feel by that ridge on the 11. You just know.
Oh yeah.
You just know.
He's been looking at the IG too much. All right, we got pair number 2 here.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Honestly, I don't know if I like the feel of this one. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. This tongue tag. Because it kind of feels like a dunk. I can kind of feel the stars on the front here. Or is it a Jordan 1 low? I feel like this tongue's kind of lighter. Okay, we're gonna just. Because the toe box is gonna be damn. All right, I'm gonna guess a Jordan 1 low.
Do we have a timer on this?
Jordan 1 low. I'll try to be quick. Jordan 1 low. And I don't know, the Breads. Is it a Jordan 1 low?
It's a Jordan 1 low.
Okay, all right. What color is it?
It is, what are these? The neutral grays?
Yeah, neutral gray.
Okay, I'm ready for it. Okay, a little heavier. Okay, so this is definitely a 4.
Okay.
It's definitely a 4. And there are only so many 4s that have come out recently. It's not the Taups. It's got the suede. So I'm guessing it's the UNC.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Woo! Dang, I'm going to go 4 for 5.
Nah.
Ugh.
Number 4? Okay, a little high top action. I'm feeling for that ridge because it could be an 11, but okay, no. This is a 12. This is a 12. This is a 12. I can feel the bottom of it. But what 12 would you have in right now? It's a 12 high. I'm gonna guess the black and purple 12s.
What are those called?
I'm trying to draw the name.
You
I'm
got
not a
the
big
twist
12
in
guy.
hand right now.
Okay, the twist.
The
the
red
twist.
and white.
Okay,
Open up. You got the red and white twist here.
Okay.
Final one.
Number 5.
What is he?
4 for 4 on silhouettes.
Yeah, 4 for 4 silhouettes, and it's +2 for the colorway because it's hard to guess.
Yeah,
the
so
colorway.
I'm half on the colorway, I think. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now this could be a waffle or a Sakai, but it could be like a blazer at the same time. See, can I feel a double swoosh? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go Sakai. No, it might be blazer. And we're gonna go with the red, blue, and yellow colorway.
Sakai. Open up.
Okay. Those are clean. I really like those.
Jeez. What am I about to do, bro? I knew Hayden was gonna come hard, bro. I knew it.
I was nervous, bro. Those were some good flavors you picked.
All right,
your turn now.
My turn.
So
All
eyes
right.
closed.
Eyes closed here.
On to Marv's 5. All right, pair number 1.
Four. No. This tongue. Patch. Jordan 4. What is this?
It's a curveball.
I think I'm gonna go off of what you said because this is giving me taupe vibe. Jordan 4 taupe.
Okay, so you got the Jordan 4 right, but it is the off-white sail 4s.
Alright, eyes are back closed. I love the sails. I don't know.
They're beautiful.
It kind of gave me a taupe vibe.
No, with that rigid feel.
You threw me off there.
Yeah.
I should have felt for I don't know. I gotta feel the laces.
Pair number 2.
Oh, yeah, 450s.
Yep, there you go. Easy enough.
Easy because of the sole.
Yeah, they're so crazy.
Now, color, this...
There's
So,
only a couple to choose from.
Right. I'm going to say cream or the white, whatever they call it. I would say slate, but the slates haven't... I don't know if you'd have a slate, so I'm going to go with cream.
Ding, ding, ding. He is correct. These are the 450 Clouds. You guessed those
Okay,
correct.
I'm still...
And the restock, too. That's a great... Because the blacks didn't restock like
Right.
that.
I'm still in the game.
Pair number 3.
What are these? Bruh. What are these? Fat tongue. Okay. There's something. They're Nikes. Wait. Oh, maybe.
This is a pretty intermediate shoe, I'll say.
Bro, what are these? I
Just give it a guess.
These are Nikes. I'm sticking with Nike.
We're gonna need a little more than Nike.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need more than just Nike. I'm gonna have to go with Air Max because of the feel on these. But
What Air Max? If you gotta give a
I know
solid-
I gotta give a 1. I gotta give a number or something. The only Air Max that I've ever had in store are like the Air Max 1 or the LVs or LBs or something. Nike Air Max 1.
They are the Air Max 90s. No! But you still could give it a color, I guess, if you want. Now that you know they're the 90s.
Triple white.
The Valentines.
Oh my god! The women's 12 or whatever the hell you have.
Yep. You already know.
Am I out of the game? I think if I get what was that my third one?
Yeah, it was your third
No,
one.
if
You
you
got
keep
2.
guessing the silhouette and...
Oh yeah.
Shoe number 4.
Bro, what are these? Hey, listen, hold on. I gave 440 a chance. What is in my hand right now, bro?
It's a classic. It's a classic. It's a throwback.
I know people are probably watching the video like, Marvin doesn't know shit about shoes.
No, this is hard. This is hard.
Speed can't lose on his own show, so he had to...
Speed picked out his
I rigged it a little bit. I mean, come on. No.
I'm getting like a Kobe vibe. Like this is I'm getting like a definitely a basketball shoe here. Oh yeah, can't bend it or anything.
Gotta give it a whiff.
I'm gonna say Kobe, and then saying Kobe, based on the material up here on the upper, and the reason why I went with basketball is because of how hard the sole is. Basketball shoes normally have like a sole that can't bend or anything. I'm gonna go with Kobe 6 Grinches.
They are the LeBron 12. LeBron Old Palmers. Hey, that's a good guess, though. It was a basketball shoe. You're able to decipher that. It's a stiff shoe. You had some solid
I
context.
think the
those.
mesh I was given, like the Grinch. You know how the Grinch has the kind of
Yep.
But they
Shoe number
don't-
5.
It's not a mesh.
Shoe number 5. All right, redemption here. And this is one of his shoes.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
got to see this here.
So it's an NMD,
Okay.
and then I don't think I have any. I think I only have my one pair left. I think it's the brown, the chocolate ones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ding, ding, ding. Those are actually clean. I haven't seen these before. I would rock these.
Jeez, it's like open.
But hey,
the eyes are
not
closed,
bad.
and then you
I
open
know.
them to heaven. Good dub.
But not bad. No, hey, no, that was a good game. That was
Let me
fun.
see those
That was fun.
LeBrons. Bring them LeBrons in.
We're gonna run this back. I want to see this. That was fun, dude. I've never done that.
He took me back to middle school. You killed me, bro. You killed me, bro.
That That's a classic for a lot of kids. I feel like I would maybe distinguish that ridge on the edge, but that's a hard one to just pick up and feel.
I definitely wouldn't have got the colorway.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Or the style. Maybe I would have said LeBron, but not. I don't know why I said. I think the bottom and then like the way it was a different material.
Yeah.
And then like the only basketball shoe I could think that you'd probably have are the 6 Grinches. So.
For sure. All right, Marvel, we're gonna wrap this up. Is there anything else you would like to leave our viewers with today before we cut you loose?
One thing that I always say to people that follow me, watch my channel, watch my Instagram page, people that talk with me, is follow your dreams, follow your goals. Stay true to them, and don't let anybody around you, anybody that mentors you, motivates you, or the people around you in your circle kind of shit on that. And I hate to say it that way, but don't let anybody shit on your dreams.
And if nobody's going to tell it to you today, go get that shit! You can go get it if you want! Alright, so take that and run with it, alright? Again, Marv, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having us by the shop. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Appreciate the view. Drop a like, drop a subscribe. We're going to leave all of Marv's socials in the bio, so make sure to check him out, show him some love, and stay tuned for episode 2. We'll catch you next time. Stick 'em! Got a sick pole on me at a stop sign with a puff coat, and I don't know how I gotta go. Whoa, but I don't call a po-po because I don't know if they're gonna help.
Wait, how Drake say it again? He came and he said, feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. But yeah, they treat me like the OG.
Hey.
With the king, 440. Yeezy King, yeah, you know how he flow. On the gram, posting up some pairs.
Hey. I ain't tryna come out, say this bitch up here for anybody, but she wanna come out cause she seems she is a petty body. I'ma spin that bitch back for the one time. I'ma hit that bit and I take her for a good time, cause we sippin' wine, we feeling good, we up in Florence. And I'm on my best impressions, I'm tryna dress to impress, then I take a dress off. Ayy, then I'm about to make a mess, y'all. Ayy, pull up in a coupe and we 4 deep. Pocket rocket up with my toolie and we know it's heated. Ayy, and she know you cheated. Wait, but she pull up, I don't know, I'm geeking.
Kickback episode 1 was cool. Excited for what's about to come soon. Episodes on the way, week by week. Watch the growth. Yeah.
Kickbacks.
Pop! Bitch wanna fuck me, get your ass in. Don't you hang up on that all that fashion. If a nigga try me up, you know we blast in. Yeah, walk in, start taxing.
It's getting hot. We in the spot, so let it drop.
Ay, ay, ay.
Let it drop.